returning to the city that once upon a time, 13 years ago to this date, blessed us with the evolution of playing Pokemon in 3D. I was unhealthily obsessed with Legends Arceus, despite never finishing the Pokédex and only owning a handful of shiny Pokemon. I was always ready to pick this game up every few months to say bonjour to my Pokemon. And since leaving Pokemon for such a long time, then getting back into it at full force, I decided that the only way to play this game was to its utter entirety. So it's time to grab your curry croissants and buckle yourself in. We're going deep, but not too deep. It's only like, city deep. The second I stepped into the city, I couldn't shake this feeling that I had booted up Detective Pikachu and not a Legends game. The atmosphere is giving Rhyme City. It's giving I'm about to solve a crime. And honestly, that vibe did not help when a stinking Pancham stole my bag 5 seconds into walking through the gates of Paradise. 5 seconds. Luckily, Tawny, who I still fully believe is from hyperspace dimensions, decided to help me get my bag back. So I sprinted through side streets, hunting a small bear like I'm the main character in a nature documentary. And Tawny goes, you know what? Let the Pokemon do it for you. Which is fair, because my plan was basically drop kick the bear. Now, having some of the weaker starter options as your choices did not help the decision making process here, because I'm looking at these starters like, okay, which one of yous is going to carry me through the grind, and which one of yous is going to emotionally disappoint me? So I chose the one that I personally thought that had the best design and the most potential for random violence, Totodile. Now, in my head, I wanted to believe the battle system was going to be this intricate design that truly evolved how battles would work. And oh boy, was I wrong. I've never smashed a single button harder in my life. I made my impatient dialogue skipping as a kid look like a peaceful walk through the Safari Zone. This wasn't strategy, this was mash and pray. After beating the little thief and doing the mandatory COVID no contact fist bump, because everyone in the city is obsessed with hygiene like they've seen what happens when you don't wash your hands, Tawny let me keep Totodile. And thank Arceus, because I immediately discovered something about this game that makes me grit my teeth. The day and night transitions. Why can this not be turned off? I'll be neat and doing something, actually locked in, and then bam. 10-second cutscene. I did not ask for this. I'm held hostage by the concept of time. So I'm about to leave. I get jumped by a bunch of unhappy trainers. Oh, I think to myself, look at that cute little flower. Dear holy Arceus, what the hell was that? That is not a Pokemon. That is a glorified Spartan laser wearing a flower. And this thing is out for blood. It wasn't even aiming for my Pokemon. It wanted the trainers deleted. Had Tawny not said anything, those people would have been in the same state Ash was in the first Pokemon movie. Tawny lures me into Hotel Z, where we meet, once again, the retired NBA All-Star of the Pokemon world, Az. The next day, I wake up and I noticed something was off. The windows, they're blurry. There's no reflection in the mirror. It hit me instantly. I'm a vampire. Tawny, using her special ability of not only glazing but also gift-giving you'll regret later, coaxes me into joining her cult called Team MZ. And look, I don't know what MZ stands for, but I do know it stands for We're Going to Drag You Into Problems Against Your Will. I also joined what is apparently the hottest thing happening in the city right now, the ZA Royale. And before heading out to truly start my adventure, I meet another member of the group, Leader. Then Tawny insists we battle. A quick warm-up fight, I proceed to tackle her to the high heavens with the world's least tactical button mashing. I'm given the Pokédex and instantly my brain goes, catch 'em all, shiny charm, no shortcuts. Now because we're playing in a city, routes wouldn't make sense. We have wild zones where Pokemon live, because clearly if they weren't fenced in, the city would collapse in 3 minutes. We can't have the chaos happening outside this area. My brother, I got mugged by a Pancham at the gates. We head to Zone 1, and yeah, I catch everything. Not because I'm a completionist, because I'm scared if I don't, the game will punish me later. At some point, one of the evil henchmen of Team Flare decided to do something with their life, and despite their passive-aggressive attitude, becomes a researcher. Good for her. Character development. And then we meet the final member of our little team, Naveen. Let me tell you right now, this guy is literally the only real person in this game. Everyone else is given NPC. Naveen is giving, I have thoughts. I love this dude. After doing what anyone does in an open world game, exploring vigorously and getting distracted by anything that moves, I find my first promotional match in the ZA Royale. I make quick work of Zach, the legendary 5-star Uber driver, and then we meet the most heavily thought out designed NPC in this game, Emma, and her huge purple eyes. On my way out, I bump into Old Man Tarragon. Then I realize something was very important. If you want to know a character in this game matters, just look for a Megastone. It's literally the badge of relevance. I sit down at the coolest coffee spot for a nice flaming hot coffee and meet another main character, Vinny. Coolest mutton chops. Looks like he sells you cologne that costs $300 but somehow works. And man, this game does not leave gaps in introductions because we immediately meet yet another main character, Ivor, Dojo Master and Wild Zone Protester. I make my way over to Emma's office and she finally shows me the main mechanic of this whole region, Mega Evolution. So it was time to start grinding, button smashing, sneak attacks, the occasional moment where I pretended I'm playing strategically. In the process, I had evolutions, including my little guy Totodile becoming less little. I hit my next promotional opponent, Von, and rank up to X. Next morning, I have an epic bro battle with Naveen, because of course we do, and once I teach the coolest, most down-to-earth guy a lesson, I continue my journey of catching them all and ranking up. And this is where the truth started creeping in, because I kept cycling the same process every single time. Catch some Pokemon, button smash the Royale, win and rank up. Curry, repeat. I was blind at first, but the game pushed it forward with no hesitation. This game is truly rinse and repeat from every angle. I find Lita tap dancing with her Staryu and teach her some dance moves of my own, which is code for hitting her with the same move over and over again until she stops breathing. So I head back into the battle zone, earn my points, beat Rintaro the restaurant owner, and rank up again. And then all of a sudden, the switch flips. Standing before me, a black Pokemon, a 4-legged dog, a future best pal. The one creature in this city that looks like it could actually have a soul. Mr. Doggo leads me to a rogue Mega Pokemon, and this is where I truly like the game's direction. Oversized Mega Pokemon, massive HP bar, and the craziest music going on. And the Pokemon is not going after my Pokemon. It wants my blood. I'm the victim. I'm rolling around like a maniac trying to save my skin while screaming at my Pokemon to attack this behemoth. And when I finally beat it, the best part, you don't just get the Mega Stone. No, you get to keep the Pokemon. It's so beautiful. We find out that this is happening a lot lately, and because it's out in the open, it's now my job to put my life on the line, as usual. I destroy Tawny with my Mega Absol because honestly it's horrible of her to suggest she would win in that scenario until she throws the biggest reverse card in my face. Boom, Mega freaking Manectric. Where was this guy? You just had him and his Mega Stone chilling in your pocket this whole time? Like a receipt? Okay. Mabel calls me over and gives me one of the Kanto starters, and obviously I pick Charmander because I'm not letting any green monster breathe near me ever again. This genuinely brought me back to X and Y. Also, I forgot to record this, but I also found a full-on shiny Pikachu, which, yeah, not surprising. This game's shiny system is weird. We'll get to that. Vinny then gives both and me, Tawny, the grand opportunity that no one else in the history of this game would ever get. Cheat the system. That's right. We beat him, we jump the ranks. And I mean jump them. I find a shiny Dratini trying to wiggle its way into the chimney of this restaurant. Like bro was hungry and said, yeah, nah, I'm going through the ventilation system. I was ready to feed it the battle experience of a lifetime. Also, like the guy who never thinks of these things when it actually matters, I forgot you could nickname your Pokemon. I would have called this guy Broccoli, because, you know, at the end of the day, what is Dragonite if not a big, green, strong vegetable monster? And double surprise, Croconaw evolved into Feraligatr. I finally faced off with Vinny and his Mega Drampa, and I made quick work of him to gain the easiest clutch in the history of Pokemon, rank F. And Tawny gets it too, because hey, an opportunity is an opportunity, right? We do the heavily distant COVID fist bump, and I start moving up to the next promotional match. Our next match is with the electrifying gamer girl influencer that every man, woman, child, and Naveen is obsessed with. And my boy Naveen was not having it. He wasn't just a fan, he was a disciple. He wasn't waiting for my downfall. He was refreshing for it. Naveen is such a true gamer. He isn't just a member of Team Dynamo, he is Dynamo. His whole experience as a designer is to make clothes purely for her. We out here trying to stop rogue Mega Pokémon from flattening the city, and his internal alarm clock is ringing so he doesn't miss the daily stream. Waiting for the moment, praying for the moment, where she reads his chat message and says, "Thanks for the dono, Naveen." Az hands me Feraligatr, and I head off for my next souls-beating mission, taking down rogue Megas. We had Mega Slowbro, Mega Camerupt, and the Mega Poison Sac Victory Bell. And then bam, the best doggo wants to fight me. Because watching me roll at lightning speeds to avoid getting deleted by boss Pokemon clearly inspired him. And in true man's best friend form, he gave me the ultimate prize, his own feces. The city is crumbling and I'm carrying around dog poop like it's Excalibur. And much like the L's I hand out every trainer in this game, Lysandre comes back. I've yet another bro match with Naveen, the aura farming legend, and he's nice enough to help me face Canari. Oh, and Broccoli evolved at some point. And after heavy grinding and exploring, Charmeleon evolved into Charizard. My team is starting to come together. Somewhat. Except, if I'm being honest, I never felt like I had a team. It was more like, whatever's in my box that won't die immediately, yeah, I'll just stick with that. Of course, so many Pokemon, it's so easy to swap it out like it's a wardrobe. And finally, it was time to cheat again. I used Naveen to mark me in the answers as a true Canari fan so I could get the chance to face her. Everyone else fights normally. She makes you do the whole side quest like you're applying for a passport. With Naveen's help, I finish what I need to do and head straight for my next promotional battle. But not before getting jumped by Grandpa Tarragon and his Mega Excadrill. And then the ultimate truth comes out. The fear every VTuber fan lives with. Grandpa Tarragon is a simp. So the curtains are fully drawn. We finally face Canari and her Mega Electros, and it's ours. Not without a bit of gamer rage from her, obviously. And the moment she loses, the sweet influencer personality drops and the real personality crawls out like a cockroach in the kitchen. She starts blaming the old man who does her dirty work, so she can sit in her chair all day long. And he cops the blame for her loss? That is crazy. Naveen, I'm sorry, mate. You got used. Also, yeah, you know what? Yes, leader. So off we go again to calm some Pokemon down from blowing up. We take down Mega Beedrill, Mega Hawlucha, which had 100% aggro on me always. This dude wanted my head. And Mega Banette. And with those little sausages out of the way, my next promo match is revealed to be the ultimate protester of Pokemon and fighting, Ivor. But before I show this guy that he can't punch a way into relevance, Emma pulls me into tracking down Ivor's little sister. So we play detective with Emma and her perfectly shaped hairstyle. We head down into the sewers, but not before I run into this colorful little guy. Again, nicknames weren't on my mind, but I would have called this guy Ice Cream. And after running and punching our way through the underground areas, we run into Gwen. Quick battle, her Mega Chandelier is cool as hell, and Gwen finally takes a load off by explaining how much of an incompetent baboon Ivor is. But her only piece is the back end of an underground sewer. I mean, maybe leave the city, take a trip to Hoenn, get some sun? Anyway, I finally take out Ivor and his delinquencies don't get him far because his Farlinks never stood a chance. And I'm sorry my guy, but you can't punch your way into D rank. As for me though, that's just a part of my story. Tawny's now missing and she's in debt to the mob, or the Rust Syndicate. Like the true friends we are, we go save her. And we run into Philippe. This dude has the most mental beard to suit ratio I've ever seen. He looks like he sells counterfeit watches and motivational speeches. After taking out his Mega Skamori with the longest toenails known to man, he lets us meet the boss. Corbo is actually an interesting character. He holds a lot of value in his possessions. His dojo looks insane, and I grew to really like him because he's one of those big bad boss types, but for the semi-right intentions. So after a chat, we now owe $1 million, and to clear the debt, we have to do quote-unquote dirty work. To get Tawny out of hiding like the wimp she's back. Acting like nothing happened. Hyperspace children. So deranged. Anyway, we take down more rogue megas. First, Mega Marwile, the biggest pain in existence. Mega frickin' Barbarical. I have had this horrible habit when I run into collect Mega droppings and then BAM! He hits me with the ultimate JoJo punch and rips out my existence every time. I'm not even losing health, I'm losing rights. But after 5 tries, I finally beat him. The Mega Stone is mine. L comes through again, spilling grief about Mega Power and Prism Tower. I battle a bunch of other people and take on Rogue Mega Ampharos. And after a few maintenance type missions around the city, the debt is cleared. See, this is what I like about Corbo. He truly loves the city. He just acts like a bad guy doing good thing. Also, he loves battling. And as the next opponent for rank C, it's time to knuckle down. I make quick work of him and his Mega Scolipede and hit the next rank. Quick COVID fist bump and we move forward. Naveen and Lita finally get their Mega Stones. Naveen Mega evolves his Scrafty, which looks pretty cool. We sit down for coffee at the best coffee joint. Amazing flaming hot lattes. And meet another plot character, Labane. She invites us to her tournament thing and gifts us the coolest suit ever. Oh, and Broccoli has fully evolved. We finally make it to the Grand Hotel, and Labani greets us with the most passive-aggressive threat, and I'm intrigued. None of this super friendly scripting. We are now dealing with a master sociopath. As we enter the main stage, everyone is here, and the air feels colder than my Feraligator's ice moves. And we meet the ultimate control freak, and the way she greets the stage, so proud, so certain. So I've decided I own this place. Tawny, of course, has other plans. And before leaving, Labani drops more threats like she's handing out business cards. And Tawny does not give 1 ounce of a care. The brute force of this Titan is honestly admirable. And you think the plot could get any better? Oh boy, it's meeting time. And clearly Team MZ doesn't know what's happening inside. Because none other than Jacinthe enters the chat. And Tawny is not having it. The steel in this girl's attitude, impressive. I genuinely admire it. So Jacinthe can't take no for an answer and decides we'll battle in this arrangement once we take out some rogue megas. And you wanna bet she was there for Frostlass, Altaria, and Venusaur, but asking nicely wasn't enough. So her only option? Jail us into a custom zone. Okay, so now it's personal because I need to show 2 things. I hate being controlled and I hate mean and pushy people. This one is for my soul. With Labani out of the way, I'm ready to show Jacinthe there is a new sheriff in town, and his name is the ultimate protagonist and his powers of plot armor. The tournament starts, I drive in head first. Nobody I've already battled can't beat me because my message is clear. I'm not here for peace, I'm here for closure. And because giving me a pebble of poop isn't enough, Zygarde comes running in to battle me at 50% snake form. Because, you know, that's normal in this city. After L gives his doomsday speech, it's time to take this pink popsicle stick down. I take no mercy. And finally, rank B is mine. Take that, Jacinthe. I hope you trip in the mud, and I hope you ruin your fairy floss hair. At this point, I'm catching a heap of Pokemon trying to inch towards the shiny charm. I've caught 147 and found 199, which I mean, I'm doing amazing, and I'm also doing terribly. So it's back to Rogue Megas. We start with Mega Dragonite, then Mega Tyranitar, and finally, Patrick Star. And with that done, it's finally time to battle the leader of the ZA Royale, Grisham. But not before battling Emma and her big Mega Malamar. And then we find out something that genuinely offended me. The leader and top challenger of the Royale is the coffee guy. At My favorite coffee joint. Are you serious? So we go back in time, and deep within, we learn Prism Tower is actually a device, an ultimate weapon. Did Clement not know about this? His gym was literally a weapon. As then explains, he built the weapon to restore life to his lost Floette, and his rage turned the Prism Tower into what it is, which is tragic. So after constant button smashing, collecting points, and leveling up my Pokemon, it's time to take on Grisham and his Mega Charizard X. We take him down. Rank A is mine. And we finally reached the end game, the ultimate climax for Lumiose City. This night Prism Tower glows the same way it did at the start. It's time to take some epic pictures. Tawny is ready to climb Prism Tower because of course she is. So we battle it out, and without even letting me decide, she goes, no, me. And with the power of Mega Evolution, Floette Mega evolves into an oversized umbilical cord with a huge umbrella. It takes Tawny up like she's freaking Mary Poppins. Then, boom. Prism Tower becomes an oversized plant. Truly the peak of Pokemon. With the help of the mighty team of COVID-abiding fist bumpers, we climb together. And as I reach the vantage point, our best doggo friend comes to the rescue, turning into the ultimate form, 100% Zygarde. It was on. Plants versus Zygardes. And I have to say, I enjoyed every ounce of this. The switch between fighting the lower parts of Prism Tower plants while Zygarde handles the heavy lifting, and the music? My god, the music! If Zygarde is truly taking this beast on, his stats would be crazy! The final blow was art. And just when you think it's all over, Ange fires Floette's Light of Ruin for a final blow. Then it happens. The Poo-Rock Doggo gave me? It becomes a Mega Stone, truly turning a turd into a diamond, as they say. We get Mega Spartan Laser Hot Air Balloon, and alas, the shot Ange built up is destroyed. Fireworks fill the sky as passes away, and honestly, through the grind, through the torment, through doing the same thing on an hourly rotation, it was worth it for a heartfelt ending. At least for me. Because we truly don't know when we'll visit Lumiose City again. Will it be the same? What buildings will exist? Will the friends we made be memories? I guess we'll never know. Until next time, Kalos. You're probably thinking, but Teresa, you were supposed to finish the... I'm getting there. I went around, caught a bunch of Pokemon, battled a heap of people, yada yada, and finally, I completed the Pokédex. Caught everything I needed for the Oh, what's this? 1,000 battles? You're telling me for a single star nugget on a string, I have to do more than what I do in the main series? Yeah!